Hey everybody, it's Flannelbum. I'm on the Eirinncraft Tekkit server, which is a whitelisted server available for our donators and trusted folks only. I'm in our storeroom, which I have named Xanadu Storeroom 1, with this pretty cool display. I think Xanadu's going to change because it doesn't really fit, but really quickly some computer craft stuff, because that stuff is weird, and I don't really know a whole lot about it, so I'll share what I know. This computer is connected to these monitors, and it's got a program in it which I've saved as a startup. You can edit the program, and I pulled the program down with a little add-on called paste bin. You can usually, if you find a piece of code that's Lua code, Lua code, you can do a paste bin get, and then whatever the little extra bits in the URL are. I found this on online, commented out the first part so the terminate and stop commands don't apply. But long story short, it says, hey, everything that we tell it to do, go up there and scroll it, basically. Might do another video of this later, computer craft stuff, because it's pretty cool. But not today. No, 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 no. Today is the sorting system. We have a just ridiculous amount of chests, and we have a ridiculous amount of items in each of the chests. Um, they're all very complicated and crazy, and who knows. Long story short, we have a lot of people that are in this storeroom, and they'll use like the crafting benches, project tables, and what have you, and they'll pull whatever they want out of it. They'll make whatever junk they want to make, and then they have this extra, because usually after you craft something you grab more than what you need, and what do you do with it? Do you run away with it? Do you just throw it in a random chest? Aha, no. What you do is we've got these two chests here, these crystal chests. We've got a dump chest, which is down at the bottom, and we've got a overflow, or stuff that can't sort, here. And it's actually pretty easy. The way it works, for demonstration, I've already loaded up my inventory with garbage, well, mostly coal and some other stuff. But you throw this stuff in here. What it does is it will suck out each thing by stack, and you'll see that stuff just kind of go along these pipes, and it automatically kind of knows where it needs to go. The way it does this is by use of filters. This whole thing is pneumatic pipes and filters. So every single filter that you have on these stacks, or these chests, we have a filter directing items into chests. So each filter has an item in it. And so what happens is, when you have an item that goes into the dump chest or the bottom chest, this one right here, there's this timer that we've got set right now to 0.750 seconds, which causes this filter to activate, which has nothing in it. That filter causes, I guess if you wanted to think of it, it will cause air, it'll pull the stack out and cause air to go into the pneumatic pipe. The pneumatic pipe draws the item out, and the item will find out where it needs to go based on what's in each of the filters. So this means that you can sort up to 9 items per chest, and as long as you set every single one of the filters along every single one of the chests, the item will find where it needs to live. It's really handy for cases that maybe the chest is too filled with stuff and it can't sort into it. It will say, I can't go in there, even though you got filters set for it, and it will go along here, find no other chests that it can go into, and up into a return tube. The return tube, and again, it's kind of a closed system, so there's a return tube kind of on each side. It drops down to the top, And if you notice, the only chest that doesn't have a filter on it is this chest. It's our dump chest. This is all the stuff we can't sort. So for a demonstration, you can kind of pretend that this is either an item that we have too much of, this golden apple or whatever, um, or it's an item that we haven't set a filter for. And what it'll do is it'll follow this line, find nothing that it could possibly do. It's a path of kind of least resistance sort of a thing, and it goes along our return tube. And what you'll see is that it will find um, this tube and say, well, I can't go down here, I don't know where to go, and so it drops into our return tube. Bang. Pretty simple, really effective, and easily extended. There is no limit on these pneumatic pipes. It's not like redstone where it can only travel for like 16 blocks. Did a couple of tests here for about 100 blocks or so, and items had no problems just traversing the tube. And as long as you have a filter set behind each of the chests, you're in really good shape. They're really simple to make as well. They don't cost a whole bunch. So right away, filters. Oh, and this glitch where things can get like dark or whatever, it's usually caused by whatever you type in here, and that'll brighten it back up. Filters cost 5 cobblestone, 1 red dope wafer, 2 gold ingots, and a piston. That's really not a whole lot, except for maybe the red dope wafer. You got to kind of plan for that, because you got to cook it with some redstone, and you got to have silicone for it, and the silicone makes a silicone buhl and a hacksaw, and the silicone buhl is made out of coal and sand. So a little bit of prep, but once you kind of get it rolling, it's not that big of a deal. The pneumatic tubes are also really cheap to make, with the exception of brass. You need a brass ingot, 2 brass ingots, and a glass to make 8 of them, so you can get a lot. Brass costs tin and copper when you put them in an alloy furnace. So you can make a whole bunch pretty quickly. It's not a early game Tekkit thing, but it is kind of a mid-game Tekkit thing, I think. Anyway, that's the sorting system. It's fairly straightforward. Again, there's no limit on anything, and the big important thing is that every single filter has an item in it. If you have a filter that's blank or empty, most of your items will probably just sort to it. So you got to set every single one of them up to accept an item or 2 or 9, and leave your return tube into a filterless system. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to join us online. We have a couple of servers, and that's can be a little confusing. We have a survival server, which is open to the public. You do have to apply online, but it's mc.eirinncraft.org in Minecraft. You can't build there until you go to our website, which is eirinncraft.net. Be sure to apply for builder rights, and then once you become trusted or you donate, and there's a little bit of a grace period, you can join mc.eirinncraft.org 25666, and that's it. Happy Minecrafting, and hopefully we'll see you online. Thanks.